All right, session 9 on 124. The party finds refugees on the road headed toward New Ashter. They tell the party they have abandoned Farmington and that there are orcs residing in the old ancient keep. They also inform the party of an army massing on the road south of Farmington. The party find Farmington in flames and occupied by a few orcs that are looting it. The party defeats the orcs. The party discovers the army massing on the road south of town are undead and seem to be made up of both armies of New Ashter and the Red Hand, along with the dead from this part of the island. In the front of the army, they see two undead figures, one in gold and one in silver, both wearing the blue and white of New Ashter. The party sees the army awaken when a dog attacks the column. The dead all react. When the dog is dead, they return to standing in the road facing north. The party decides to enter the ancient keep and with the aid of magic, slip inside without being noticed by the two orcs watching from the remains of the tower. Inside, the party discover a room with sleeping orcs and defeat them. And that's where we are now. Can everyone see the map properly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yep.
Good. Just want to make sure sometimes we've had a problem with that.
All right, you guys, can we look around to see if there's any evidence or clues laying around?
Yeah, other than the dead orcs that really don't have much of them on, you really don't see anything at all.
Are we going to carry on clearing room by room as we go through, which I think might be a good idea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I see
So
people are moving.
Lord Riz uses a spell to open the door, and then I peek my head through, right?
Yeah, that's what we were doing. If everyone's happy with carrying on doing that.
It's the safest, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, you get to stick your head around the corner, and I get to open the door from a distance.
Yeah, the one that's the most likely to die, obviously.
All right, so Dwight, I just need to get the name of the spell again. I can't remember
What
it is.
It's the hand spell thing. Right?
What are you looking for?
Yeah, Mage Hand. I just need to make sure I had because it's a cantrip.
That's true.
So I'll cast Mage Hand and open this door in front of us slowly.
And then I'll peek my head through.
The floor is littered with weapons, mostly old and valueless. A few obviously newer and confiscated recently. Nothing obviously of particular interest. It is pitch dark in here.
Does anyone have? Is that a? Sorry.
Proud and Roland.
Does anyone have the detect magic or what?
Oh
not?
yeah, both me and Proud have something like that.
Okay, because I was
I can
thinking.
detect evil, but I'm just gonna detect all the orcs as my guess.
You're going to cast a spell?
It's for me. It's just like the divine sense, so it's not even a spell.
Hang on just a moment. Let's make sure that does what we think it does. It's a cantrip. Okay, the presence of strong evil and powerful good. So that wouldn't necessarily discover magic.
Yeah, so Proud probably has something for that.
I have a detects magic.
And the question is do you want to cast it?
Is it a cantrip or?
No, it's a level 1 spell.
Then maybe not.
I don't really want to cast it.
Do you guys just want to do a search?
Yeah, Proud and Roland should probably take lead on the search of this room because it's so dark.
I have that dark vision 60-foot ring.
Yeah, and Roland has the same thing just because he's an elf.
No one finds anything.
So do we have a good sight of it?
What?
Can we see in that room?
Yes.
Okay, so there's nothing.
Let's see. You can see regardless because you have dark vision. You have no problem seeing in the room. Someone else has a dark vision ring. Is that Proud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Philip probably can't see the nose in front of his face, nor can Lord Riz.
I'll move on in and take a look, peek my head in.
In fact, there's going to start being some pretty hefty negatives in battle when you cannot see your opponents.
Alright, so the room looks completely clear then?
Yes.
Can we look for any clues? Look for traps, initiative, anything like that?
Yes.
Or not initiative, but...
Let me roll that again. Just a moment. You know what? In looking for traps, you did find one item that actually looks kind of interesting. It wasn't a trap, but buried among some of the other stuff, you found a nice little crossbow. The weapon looks a little bit nicer than you would expect it to look.
Oh, let's pick it up.
Right, I'm going to put that in the party inventory.
I think, Proud, you have a crossbow, right? And I
I
think
do have a light crossbow.
I think
This
Philip...
is a hand crossbow.
Oh, okay. And Philip, you had one too, didn't you?
I have a.
It's a martial
short bow.
weapon.
Okay.
So anybody with proficiency with martial weapons can use it.
All right.
You know how to check for that?
Nope.
No.
Look under abilities, proficiency. I'm looking at proud. Weapons all simple. It does not have martial weapons. So the proud could not use that
I
crossbow.
could.
But Philip could.
Is it better than the one you got?
I mean, mine's a short bow. I don't know what the difference is.
A crossbow takes longer to load, but is easier to fire.
What about like damage and stuff? What's the difference?
It's probably about the same.
Mine's 1d6 piercing for the short bow.
And it's 1d6 piercing.
Okay, then I'll probably just keep my short bow for now.
Are you looking around the corner?
Yes.
We'll do the.
This,
around the corner.
we have to do the door in front of us first. Okay. Really proud. Are you happy to stay back, or do you want to move up to the door?
Well, let's open it first before we get all crazy.
Okay. Dwight, I cast Mage Hand to open the door.
And then I peek around the corner.
The room contains a much larger sleeping pallet on the floor. Other than that, the room is empty.
Roland, could you search through the room?
Yep.
All right, roll perception into the dice tower, please. Roland finds in the bedroll a little bottle of liquid. Vial of green liquid.
I would not trust that at all.
I assume you take it, however.
Yeah.
But no.
I don't mean drink it.
Yeah.
No. Green, I feel like.
Wasn't there? Well, I just have a quick question. Wasn't there something that we were supposed to do when we found items? Like we missed asking something about the dead priest that we found.
I think one of us can look at items and what's it called? Appraise them or something? Did one of us have that?
Yeah, I have the ability to identify things as magic, non-magic.
So, Roland, what you did was search the room for items.
Right. So I think we need.
Oh, so we need to do it. Can we search the room for magic?
You could search the room in general. He was searching specifically for items. You want to do another search on the room?
Sure.
Go ahead and roll it. You the only one searching?
Well, I think we,
Proud could search as well because she can actually see. Me and
Do
Lord
I-
Ridge kinda
She-
useless.
She can see it. You're going to search. Go. If you're going to search Proud, roll it in the tower.
Is it perception? Is that what I'm
Yes.
rolling? Okay,
Yes,
that's
you're
it.
going to throw perception into the tower. Whoa. Proud finds something. The wall right here is very different. There's something odd about the wall. There are some strange cracks.
okay. I
Mm.
think that's our entrance into that
Can
part.
we listen at the cracks and see if we hear anything?
Go ahead and roll your perception again.
Sure. Do I need to be up there by that door?
It would probably help if you could listen at the door. Yes, or
Get myself closer. Okay.
you don't hear anything at all. It's dead quiet.
Can we carefully try to open up a opening for us to get through without trying to make as little
When
noise?
you push on the wall, it depresses in, and the wall is able to now slide to the side.
Oh, it's like a secret door.
You moving it?
Yeah. I'm saying yes.
Can we look for traps first?
Who's looking for traps?
Me. Me.
Roland.
That's
You don't
helpful. huh?
find any.
Roland.
You don't find any.
All right, I'm good with going in. Unless you guys want to detect magic. Of course, we already did that, and it's a radius thing, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
I like your confidence.
Yeah, the confidence. Oh, we fought. Oh,
You
there's
see a
kid.
small room with a very orcish, rough chest on the west end.
Is there any writing on the chest?
No.
Okay. Do y'all want to open it?
Well, let's look for traps.
Okay.
The chest is trapped. Roland just found it.
All right. What skill do we use to disarm it?
Oh, let me take a look. The skills. To disarm a chest would take sleight of hand.
Have a +3 to sleight.
Then you'd probably be best for that.
Must we roll into the dice tower for
Yes.
that?
Did mine go in? Did you get one from Roland?
Roland?
No, it was-
Yes, it did.
It did. Okay.
Well, one of them, yeah, it did. You are able to remove the trap. You have removed a needle, and the needle is dripping with something.
Can we compare it to the vial we got?
It's certainly a different liquid.
Can I put it on the end of one of my arrowheads?
Yes, you could.
Do that.
You're going to rub some of that liquid onto one of your arrowheads.
Or as many as I can get it on.
Touch it.
Well, I mean,
It would only work for about one of them.
yeah. I mean, I already touched it. I already pulled the needle out, so I assume
That also, by the way, opened the chest. In the chest, you see a belt. You see a rather large belt, and you see a little tiny vial. It's a delicate container of very fine sand, and the container is in the shape of a fairy. You also find 75 gold pieces and 35 silver pieces.
we're rich.
So we have a vial of liquid and fairy dust.
I moved all the items so you can look yourself. Now they haven't been identified, but I've moved all the items into the party inventory. You know how to look at that, right?
No.
Yeah.
On the
Tell
party
me
sheet.
again.
Up in the far upper right-hand corner, the little picture
Oh,
of two
gotcha,
people is
gotcha.
the party sheet, and then there's the inventory. So now you have a vial of green liquid, you have some kind of a belt, a crossbow, and some kind of little tiny interesting, if you hit the little eye icon, it'll show you a delicate container of very fine sand, and the container is shaped like a fairy.
Can Lord Riz inspect if it's magic? Is that Lord Riz?
Here's a picture of the vial.
dust to disappear.
Oops. I shouldn't have shown that.
I wonder what it does.
Sometimes I have to make sure I don't do those kinds of things.
I'm just checking here. One of my spells, it's a level 1 spell. I haven't learned it though, but we can do that after we've searched this.
If you spend 30 minutes reading it out of your book, it would take 30 minutes to do so. And of course, it's dead dark in here. You don't see anything.
What does the group think? Do you think I should identify the stuff we found or wait till we finish clearing the dungeon first?
Is that 30 minutes for all the items?
It would be 30 minutes every time you cast the spell, yes. To identify it.
Yeah, so it's 30 minutes per weapon or per object.
However, Proud could cast Detect Magic and tell you which of those items are magical. That would make them all glow. There's different things you could do. I'm not saying you should. I'm saying you could.
Yeah. I'm just thinking because mine's a level 1 spell, so I'm only going to read it because I don't want to use up those spell slots at the beginning.
Wise choice.
I don't think we should really identify personally. I think we should just keep moving.
Yeah, I think let's just keep moving and then we save it for the end. I agree with Roland.
Okay.
Yeah, Roland.
So this looks like 4 more doors.
Yes, there are double doors on either end of this little hallway.
I say we go to the right ones. I feel like it's going to be a staircase.
Yeah, the right first and then the ones behind us at the end of the corridor, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Dwight, I'll cast Mage Hand and open the doors on the right-hand side.
Excellent.
And like always, I'll look through.
Sorry, this will take me a second. There we go. An empty circular room with a ladder up one side to the trap door, currently open in the ceiling. Just a moment. Oh, you all hear this. It's coming through the open trap door in the ceiling.
That's probably to the tower. It's those two we could see from outside.
Yeah.
Can we look at the trap door?
Shut that door back.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
I
thinking
think I
too.
want to go the other way. I'm just gonna leave them up there for a little while.
Is there a lock on the door? Can we lock it from the inside?
Can anyone read that?
Yeah, it says, I hope
Yeah,
you see
I
another
can.
stupid dog.
Yeah, it's in Orc.
Oh.
Perception check. Can we look at the room for anything? Is there a lock on the door, perhaps?
No.
What door are you talking about? The trap door up above?
Yeah.
Oh, it's open. Even
open.
moving that door would probably alert someone.
All right. So, move the other direction, or are we going to engage?
I'm very torn, so I would like to see what the rest of the group thinks first.
I think we should move the other direction and save those guys for later. But I'm not totally sure.
I agree. I want to shut the door back and like leave them up there. I'd rather go the other direction.
All right, let's do it.
Okay,
Because
so
I feel like they're the watch people. They're going to alert everybody.
Yeah.
so we should just avoid that room for now and come back to it.
Yeah.
So you're shutting that door.
Yeah.
Not-
Quietly.
Not the trap door. Just the doors we just opened.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you know you guys can listen at these doors before you open them. It's not
Well,
that you
let's
need to
listen
now,
at this
but in many times you haven't done that. And so I thought I would just sort of remind you.
Yeah, but we're risk takers, okay?
I'm sure. When you do that, I can sort of roll for everybody when I do this. You don't hear anything at all. None of you do.
All right.
Alright, so I cast Mage Hand to open the door.
Just a moment.
That door sounds more ominous than the other door.
Yeah. I think we found quite a decent sized room here.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot different of a style. Like
There's a-
brick wise.
It is very different. And when you think about it, you're beyond the keep, and it feels like you are going into the cliff that the keep was built up against.
See, now I kind of want to go upstairs and just kill off the watch people. Because then we're going to go down there and there's going to be 18 people. They're going to kill me.
That's always job one. Kill Philip, and then, right.
And then we deal with everything else. But
Yeah,
I kind of see what you're saying, Phil, because I don't want to be trapped.
yeah.
Because we can get trapped over here in this little bottleneck area if they're going to come in behind us.
There's a couple of doors you haven't opened.
Yeah, back here, guys. If we look back
Did
here,
we
there's doors
miss
up there.
one?
We can go up there. Where I'm trying.
You
to
mean on the other? Oh, I see. Okay.
We could go back there. Prolong.
Yeah, I think we should do some more searching. We did find a chest over here with something. Maybe there's other stuff on the other side.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing, Philip?
Alright, I think that's...
You can get back there with no problem, but realize you are still pretty much feeling your way around in the dark. You guys have not lit a torch.
Okay, that's... How are we alive? We're not very smart. Oh, wait. Who has torches?
Probably all
Should
of
have a
you.
torch.
Look in your inventory.
Yeah, I'm looking through. Yeah, I'm gonna light my torch.
As long as you understand how obvious do you think a torch makes you in a dark room. But
Very.
yes, you could light a torch.
I'm obvious just by my armor. I'm probably
That's
super
actually
loud.
kind of true.
Okay, can I listen at this door? Do we hear anything?
Just a moment. Yes. Okay, Proud, you're listening at the door. Go ahead and roll your perception. You
Yeah,
don't
unless we
hear
die,
you don't hear anything at all.
Okay, Lord Riz, let's do the...
Dwight, I use Mage Hand to open the door.
And I begin.
This appears to be a large storeroom with many boxes, crates, and bags. They seem rather human looking, not of orcish origin.
Can we roll perception to look in the boxes and stuff?
Yep.
And just look
You're going to step into the room?
Yeah.
All right. In the crates are food items. Some have clothing. A barrel contains fairly good beer. Another, some cheap wine. One barrel smells like lamp oil. The sacks contain seeds. Several are wheat. Some are oats, bird feed, etc.
Oh, that's interesting.
What are the stains on the floor?
They look like things that have spilt, like from the crates or the bags.
Can we take the beer, just in case we get tired, we just want to relax, Maybe we give up. We just need some beer.
We just become alcoholic adventurers. We just sit here and keep that we stole, drinking all the wine we found.
Irish. This is our whole plan from the start.
You're hearing this through the door.
Do a perception check in the room to look for any traps or walls that are loose or anything.
You don't find anything like that.
All right, somebody listen to listen at that noise there. One of you guys that can understand Orcish.
Nothing is being said. that we
Yeah,
in the chat.
that we can see. There's
I know.
nothing that we.
Sometimes it takes the DM a second to set stuff up.
When Roland asks a really good question, Dwight wasn't expecting.
Pass me some of that dog.
Man,
I'm guessing they're eating.
they're eating the dog.
Like,
That's
eating the
nice.
dog.
All right, so there's gonna be a lot of guys in here. Are we sure we don't want to just go into the mountain pass?
I feel like we need a warm up battle. Who's
Yeah.
with me?
Except I'm going to go ahead.
Whoa!
and-
Hold on. Do we have any poison? Can we poison the food?
Wait, tell me what it says again.
Pass me some of that dog.
It's a little bit lighter in here.
Where's the campfire coming from?
There's a couple of, well, I just use that as a tone. There's a couple of arrow slits in the walls near the crates. It's a little bit more light in here.
Okay, wait. So the green vial. If it's poisoned, we could put it in the beer and poison all these orcs when they come to get more beer.
But we don't know if it's poison.
It could give them like super strength. This could be like Hulk serum. We don't know.
He's not wrong. You don't know.
I say we just attack them.
Yeah, I reckon we just attack them and clear it before
Or
we
we
go
just
through.
clear the rooms. I don't think we should play the long game here by poisoning the beer.
So hold on. How about we stack all these crates up against the door so they can't get in or can't get out, and then we go through the mountain?
What if they have an entrance to the mountain?
Well, we've been all the way through it. I mean, I guess it's possible.
Okay, so
I
what's
kind of like that
everyone-
idea. I mean, at
What?
least it'll deter him for a little bit.
See, this is where obviously me and Philip are a bit torn because we think it's a good idea to clear the room.
Yeah, because then it's like we have to kill them eventually, or we have to do something with them. I feel like blocking their exit is just prolonging it, and then we could get cornered if they leave.
I mean, why do we have to do something, though? If we go into the mountain, they're not going to hear us in the mountain. I mean, we'll be really far away.
I'm just saying.
You really want to fill that coffin, aren't you?
Yeah, there's.
All right.
Yes, when Philip's keen on a battle, we should all be keen because Philip's usually the first one to die. So.
Can the orcs see in light or not light?
Orcs see very well in the dark. They don't see as well when it's bright. What you've got with when I'm using this color, what you've got is dim. Orcs do not see well in daylight, but they see very well in the dark.
Okay, so I think everyone should light a torch. if
Well,
we're
can
going
we
to
use the
attack.
lamp oil and set that barrel on fire
Yeah.
so the
I like
whole
that
room is
idea.
lit up?
Surely, if we
I
lit
don't know if he was
the drum of
expecting that.
oil on fire, it's going to sort of explode. So I'm
Well-
just thinking, if you rolled it into the room on fire, I think it would do quite a lot of damage, maybe.
I don't think he was expecting us to say this.
You
I
would,
think Dwight was
you would,
expecting
you
us
would
to go
not,
into
if you
extreme
do
and just
this,
kill
you will
everyone.
not be the first party that ever did something with that barrel of oil.
Okay. Yeah, I like
I'm
that
not saying they
idea.
succeeded. I'm just saying you won't be the first. There
Okay.
is a barrel of oil.
So hold on.
'Cause
So
I'm just thinking if we're holding torches, like then
We
how
can
you
make it
then
so
you
much light as possible.
yeah, but how are you gonna fight them? Like if you don't have a shield, you got like a torch in your hand.
Well, it's a little bit more lit right now. You don't need the torches as much as you did before. And don't think that the torches are going to blind the orcs. It won't. It's just that they
Okay.
don't see as well in bright daylight.
I can cast light when we go in the room. It's a cantrip of mine. If I read on it, I think it's basically daylight.
So is there a barrel of oil? Is that what we're talking about?
There is a barrel of oil.
So we could spill it and then catch it on fire and maybe catch them on fire. You know, spill it into the room and then light it.
Were you listening to what your wife just said?
I heard you say catch it on fire. I thought it was just to illuminate, not to.
We just went through that.
Okay.
Yeah, if I cast light, it's 20-foot radius of a bright light. So obviously that would be considered bright. So maybe it will affect their sight.
My wife has learned that you have to use the word either ice cream or pizza when you say something else. It'll be completely ignored by your husband. However, if you have the word pizza in there somewhere, he'll hear it. That's what it works with. That's how it works with my wife.
It just went right over his head.
All right. If we're gonna fight, I say we do that. I say we do that method.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
If
I say we do it.
we spill the oil in there and then catch it on fire. Can we?
So-
There's obviously.
So-
Riz cast light.
Talk me through this. You're going to open the door and then you're going to spill the oil. Is that what you're going to do?
No. Can we spill it underneath so it rolls into the room? Is there a slow?
Oh, you're talking about rolling the barrel into the room.
Well, I mean,
if you try to spill the oil here, the oil will be pooling around your feet. Think about it.
I still say we just go in the mountain personally, but if you guys want to fight, I say we definitely use the oil somehow.
I say we open the door. We somehow light the barrel on fire within the room, and Lord Riz casts light. I don't know how y'all want to do it, but I think that would be a good combination.
Well, I don't really think the light's as effective as you guys think. I mean, it's just going to make it so they can't see us at a distance.
It's true. You guys are focusing a little bit too much on the light. When I say Lord Riz's light spell makes the end of his staff glow a little bit like Gandalf in the dungeons in the Mines of Mordor. It doesn't make everything broad daylight. And when I say the orcs don't see as well in the daytime, yes, they have a little bit of a negative when it's full bright sunlight, but you're not going to create that even with the barrel of oil.
Mm-hmm.
However, the barrel of oil is dangerous because it is all flammable, quite flammable. It's lamp oil.
Do you have a fireball, Lord Riz?
Or does
I
anybody
can
use
cast a firebolt? It's a cantrip.
Or can
And it has
anybody
a
use
hundred.
arrows?
I can, but
Oh.
oh, you mean light the arrow on fire? Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Like dip the arrow in
Yeah, in
some
the
oil?
And set it on fire.
Just an idea.
All right, I'm happy to if you want cast firebolts on the.
Oh, that's right. You have firebolt and it's a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, so they can roll it in the door, and
true.
then I can cast firebolt if you guys are happy with that.
Let's do it.
Real
I
quick,
think it sounds fun.
real quick. Which way do these doors swing to our south? Can we block them with the crates?
They open inwards.
Okay, let's push some crates down so we don't get attacked from behind when we do this. Can we move the crates down to block the door?
To block the southern door?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, how
So
are we gonna get out?
you've moved some crates down to block this door, if I understand you.
That's what I'm thinking, because we don't want the people from the tower to come behind us and attack us, right?
Yeah.
That way we're just finishing the people here in front. I mean, if we're opening these doors, I mean, it could be bad and we're probably SOL, but... So we don't have to do it. I mean, we can definitely not do this if we don't think the guys up top will come after us.
I think this is great. I like how overthought it all is. This is great.
We can't die.
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
Of all people to say that. There you
I
go.
feel like we've been doing this, talking about this for ages.
That's
I
okay.
feel the same way.
All right, let's do this. Let's move the barrels up against the door to block it,
Yeah.
I'm in line.
or the crates.
I'm in line
You
with
got the barrels.
our door, so you can roll it in, and I'll have.
Who's
a line of
rolling the
sight.
barrel? Who's rolling the barrel?
Got it.
Our strong people.
I will.
Proud's gonna roll the barrel. Who's opening the door?
I will.
All right. Is the door opening?
Oh, hold on. Are we
If
not?
everyone's ready.
Wait, are we not moving the crates down at the doors, or?
You did already.
Oh, okay.
I
So
assume
you
you
can't.
They
have.
don't physically
They
move
don't move.
down
Okay.
there.
I
Okay.
can't move
Okay.
those. Those are artwork in the background. But yes, where I put the black marks,
Okay. I want
they've
to.
moved.
I want to get behind this crate in front of me so I have a little bit of cover. There we go. Okay, now I'm good. Sorry, everybody.
That's right.
All right, then I'm gonna move to the side of this door so I can open it.
I do want to dip an arrow in the oil before he rolls
Okay.
it in. That way,
You
if
have
his
an arrow. You have one arrow that could easily become flammable if you had a source of fire.
And you have the one with the.
poison.
Well, we don't know.
You also have You also have something else that you suspect is poison.
Yes.
So that way, if your
Could
fireball
be
happens to
oak
miss,
syrup.
I can light it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did think of that. I've been waiting for somebody to think of that because the firebolt is an attack spell. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
You opening the door?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this will take me a second.
I just imagine the door's gonna open. I'm gonna get blasted in the face. Immediately die.
The barrel is rolling into the room. Is there any particular direction you're pushing it? It won't go through the tables.
I guess straight in the middle if it won't go through the tables. I don't really have
Maybe
any
That's
other place to
true.
push it.
It's a lot of oil in that barrel.
Yeah, straight in the middle's good.
All right. At what position do you want to fire, Lord Riz?
I'm just gonna move my character there just as a representation,
Okay.
not actually move my character there. But I think if it gets to about here, because it will stop rolling. It'll
Lord
get
Riz
the-
moves inside. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right. So that's where you're gonna fire it. All right. Go. You don't have to target anything. I know what the attack roll is going to be. So go ahead and, without targeting anything, roll the attack roll on the firebolt. Oh, you hit it. Here we go. The oil bursts into flame. The barrel breaks open. There is now a puddle of flame covering an area about like this, and it's spreading.
So.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh no.
It's
I failed
time.
this.
Ugh.
No, I got a 5. Okay.
That's okay. Sometimes it's better to go later because you can see what other people are doing. Don't think it's horrible.
Yeah, I beat Proud. Yeah, I beat.
First to move. Here comes Agak. Agak moves to here. Agak then takes his javelin and chucks it at Lord Riz.
Oh God.
It's not me, guys.
Oops. Wait a minute. Didn't he have... I didn't have him targeted properly. Got to roll that again. Hits him. It is now Lord Riz's move.
Okay, so I target Aguk.
Okay?
Hey, Lord Riz, if you're
And-
within touching distance of me, I can use a spell called, or cantrip really, called Protection. And it's, if somebody's trying to attack you, they have to re-roll and take the worst roll.
Okay.
He's suggesting you move close.
Yeah, that's what
You want to move first?
I'll move there first. You can still
Go.
see through the door. So-
Yes, you can.
And then I'm gonna cast Firebolt on Aguk.
Excellent. You have him targeted? Do you have him targeted?
Yes.
Yes, you
He's
do.
already targeted.
I don't know why it fired twice, but it missed.
Yeah, I did that last time as well for some reason, but it missed. So that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Roland.
All right, I want to do my hunter's mark, but it looks like it's already on, right?
Yeah, it looks like I never took it off.
Oh.
I do want to warn Proud about Bless sometime, but we haven't used it now. So I found an error in the way we've been using the Bless spell. It only lasts for 1 round.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
While I'm creating somebody else's character, I looked at the Bless spell, and it lasts for 1 minute, which is 1 round of battle. Okay, Roland. You've got your target. You've got your hunter's mark.
All right. Trying to decide.
One of those things in there doesn't look like an orc, by the way.
Yeah.
Much bigger. It's much larger.
Great.
Zothu.
By the name of Zothu. He has a meat cleaver in his hand.
Fantastic.
Great.
Do I have a line of sight of Zophu or whatever?
Yes, you have line of sight on Oguk.
Yeah, but
Zothu is through the flames.
I think maybe Zophu is the one that focuses.
Kind of hard for you to see him.
Oh, okay.
I'd give you a negative on that attack.
Okay. All right. I have this ability. What was it called that I was using last time? Can't find it now. Hold on.
Just a reminder to the group that I do have 2 divine numbers. If you do want me to play them at any point, just tell me.
By the way,
this was the 2, and
this
the one
was
is
the
13.
Oh, excellent. This is the greatest preparation I've ever seen for Open a Door. This was great. We could have spent the entire session on getting ready to open this door. I tell you the truth, I love it. I think it's hilarious. It's great.
The last time when I leveled up, I got this ability, remembered, that let me take a -5, but I could do double damage.
Let's take a look.
But I don't see it.
Just a moment. I have a thorn target mark and snaring strike. No, I don't know why you have hunter's mark. You do have such an ability. I remember it.
Can't find it though.
Under abilities, it's going to be favored enemy is orc and goblin. Wait a minute. Before we go any further, you have advantage on wisdom to track these things. Okay, when you gain your feature. You also choose 1 additional favor. Okay. I'm just wondering if you get advance on attack. Okay. All right. Okay, fighting style hunter. It isn't hunter, is it? No, it's not hunter.
It was something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be one of these things. It'll be there. Hunter's Prey. Is that it?
Maybe. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Hold on, let me see.
Horde Breaker. On each roll of your turn, you can make a weapon attack. You can make it within 5 feet with the range of your weapon. No.
Not it.
3rd level Colossus Slayer tends to wear down the most. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra 1 if it's below its hit point maximum. Once per turn, you can do Hunter's Prey. We need to throw that in there. Not favorite enemy. I understand what you're talking about. I think you did. I remember that too.
I remember it as well, just out of...
Why? I can't find it. Feat. It's a feat. Sharpshooter. You've mastered the ranged weapons. Attacking at long range doesn't impose... Okay. Before you make an attack, it's under feats. Sharpshooter. Before you make an attack with a ranged weapon you are proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll. If the attack hits, you add 10 to the damage.
Okay, where is that at now? Where's feats at?
If you go to abilities,
oh, I see it. The very top one.
Sharpshooter,
okay.
Feats.
Okay.
It's a feat that you took.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I give myself a -5.
So give yourself a -5 on the attack on Agok.
Yeah.
Just that doesn't cost you a spell or anything because it's a feat.
So how do I make sure Sharpshooter actually activates? Is it just when I do -5 it knows?
You have told me it was. You've pressed the -5, and so when you make the roll and I see the -5, when you do damage, I'll add 10.
Okay.
The game may not handle it automatically, but we'll take care of it.
All right, here we go. Sorry for the long delay, everybody.
Oh, you're fine. That's a hit. So go ahead and do your damage. We're going to add 10 to it. So you hit him for 8. So you hit him for a total of 18. That killed him.
Nice.
Agok is gone.
How's the fire?
Zothar
spread?
moves. Zothar jumps up here on the table. He screams.
I mean, he ran through the fire. Is he on fire now?
He didn't. He ran around the fire.
Oh.
Just a moment. He yells at the other goblin. Manhall moves next. He's not in a position to actually hit anyone. He had to go around the fire. Philip, it's your move.
Okay.
I'm going to warn everybody right now what's about to happen. At the beginning of every turn, that fire is going to spread.
Oh, shit. Maybe we shouldn't have blocked ourselves in here.
Okay. Do y'all think it'd be a very good idea if I went? Don't move me, but if I went there, everyone's idea. Do you think I would get? Do you think that would be a smart idea, or should I like use my short bow?
Well, I mean, Dwight just said the fire's going to spread, so I'm afraid if you move there, you're going to get hit
I'm
by it.
also afraid that I'm gonna get killed because.
If you move there and the fire spread, though, it would not be much for you to step back through the door. So,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, of course, it's dangerous because you're getting in range of an orc, but it's not.
It's not fire dangerous.
Okay. Then I'll move there and attack him.
All right, you've got him targeted.
Yeah. Okay.
Automatic miss. You rolled a
I
1.
rolled
Excellent.
one.
Excellent. You do have
I do have it, but
inspiration.
We don't know how long we're gonna be here.
That's true. Nagat. Attacks Philip
Yay.
with a great club. Criticaled him. They do it every time.
What?
It's an attack on Philip. It's a critical. He is wounded.
Holy shit. 21
Proud.
damage.
Oh my goodness, Phil.
They get him every time.
Where is your lucky dice color when you need it?
Of course, Lord Riz could have stopped that with a Lord Riz could have stopped that.
I was so thinking, in all honesty, I was like, I should really say he's gonna get an attack of 2, and then I was like, you know what, maybe I should save it for Zero. And I'm like,
it rolls a 20.
yeah, and I'm like, maybe that was a poor idea on my part. I feel so bad now. Philip's gonna die yet again, and it's my fault. I'm so sorry.
it's your fault.
Riz. Philip's gonna die every game, so don't worry.
Oh.
Hold on, Phil. I'm trying to help you out here.
Crowd's thinking, how do I get myself out of this situation now?
No, I am not. Okay. I'm gonna do a cure wounds on you.
Okay.
You gotta get up here and touch him.
Oh, is that a touch? Okay.
Yes, it is.
You can touch him through the door since the doors are wide open.
Oh, okay. So let's see here.
So you've got Philip target,
Mhm.
and you can that's not even a roll. You can go straight to the effect
Okay.
and drag it on to Philip.
I don't click the heal thing.
Let me take a quick look. Sorry. Actions. You're going to do cure wounds. Is that what you said? You're going to do cure wounds? You hit the bottom. Yeah, you click the heal thing.
Okay, gotcha.
There it is. Boom. Philip, you just gained 8 back.
Thanks. I mean, still probably gonna die,
Is that the end of your turn?
but thanks.
Yeah.
All right. The fire spreads. Here is the new range of the fire. Oops. Now, both of these, the orc and the hobgoblin, just are now going to take fire damage. The orc takes 3 more damage. That is Nagat.
Hmm.
The hobgoblin lucked out standing up on that table and only takes 1. Something's not right there. There. I fixed that. Okay.
All right.
So it is now Lord Riz's move. Riz moves up to here.
I target Zothu and I attack with Firebolt.
You're going to do a firebolt. Here we go. So that is an attack roll.
And that is
Missed
a
him.
miss again. I'm
Unless you're going to use your inspiration, that's a miss.
No, that's not now.
Cool. Roland. Now you have a shot at him.
Wait, which one?
At 2 of them. Nagat, you'd have to take a -2 because you're firing through Philip. But you have an easy shot at Zothu. Now, looking at Zothu is wearing chainmail. It's kind of old and rusted and dented, but he's wearing chainmail. The others are not, so he's more heavily armored.
All right, I'm gonna target this Nagat again and do the exact same thing with my sharpshooter.
Good news is Philip can see because half the room's on fire.
Yeah.
I give myself a -5.
Well,
Are you attacking Zogu or Nagat? Because right now you're attacked on Nagat.
Yeah, Nagat's the one that I can see, right?
So you're going to take a -5, a -2 attacking Nagat because it's through Philip. If you would, I'm sorry, I didn't see where the door is. You're right. You'll have to take a -2, and he's the only one you can really see. You're correct.
Okay. So -2 and -5 to do my special. That's probably not the right.
Just -2. It's up to you if you want to do the -5 thing.
I'll just do the -2.
Excellent.
If I cast Hell of Thorns,
Ooh,
that might be a better move then, since I'm taking a negative anyways. Let's actually go that route.
you're going to cast Hail of Thorns. Now that is a 1st level spell.
Right. So when I want to cast it, I just drag it and.
Just a minute. Let me open Hail of Thorns and take a look at it. I hit the little cast dice first. Oh, hang on. I got the phone. Excellent. Okay. Man, he did not want to get off the phone. Okay. So let me take a look at what we're doing. Okay. So you did cast it. It 5 feet. It makes a dexterity saving throw. Excellent. Got it. Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. You're targeting Nagat and you're using Hail of Thorns.
Still a -2, right? Is that okay? And so,
Yep.
so when I do the attack, I just do my longbow, though?
Yes. Attack with your longbow.
Gosh dang
You
it.
missed him.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Use it. So we'll mark off your inspiration. I'll take it off for you.
I got it.
And attack again.
There we go.
Hit. Now, let's start with the damage. You killed him. We almost don't need to do the other part.
Well, it affects other people around him, though.
Let's take a look at that spell again. The spell creates a rain of thorns that sprouts from your ranged weapon. Normal effect. Each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw. Okay. Target Zothu. Roland, target Zothu. And now, under Hail of Thorns, roll Zothu's saving throw. He failed his saving throw. Just a moment. Go ahead and do the damage.
So is that beside the save thing? The dex?
See, just underneath cast, if you have the thing
I see
open,
I
you
see
see a little damage with a lightning bolt.
That's it.
Hit it.
Holy
There
shit.
you go.
Two sixes.
You just did heavy damage to him.
All right.
Why did you get the extra roll? What d6 type piercing pitch? Oh, it rolled. Why did you get the extra 6-sided? Oh, because of Hunter's Mark. That shouldn't have happened. Stand by. We're taking 6 points back off of him because you would not have had Hunter's Mark on him. So you hit him for 10. You hit him for a really good amount.
I'll take it, especially armor on like that.
Right. Yeah, it took me a minute to understand why you got the 6, that 6-sided die in there. Okay. Good. That was a good attack. You took out one creature and damaged another. Zothu is attacking Philip.
Gets a roll of 2.
Thank you.
Zothu misses Philip.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just a moment. Sure, I understand this spell. Okay, got it. Manhall steps up 5 feet and attacks Philip also with a great club. Here's the critical. He missed. Philip's move.
Okay. Alright.
That fire is you critical Zothu.
Nice.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
You killed Zothu.
Yes. Yellow.
Lucky
There we
yellow.
go.
That's your color.
I want to warn you guys something about Zothu. Hobgoblins, when they hit, do a tremendous amount of damage because of a special ability they have. They do a lot of damage.
We know what their special ability is.
Yeah, you would have figured it out eventually, but yes, I just wanted to warn you. All right, Proud. That fire's about to spread. That's the next thing that's going to happen.
Do I need to be in this room to hit this guy?
At
My
this
spiritual-
moment,
Yeah.
it depends on what you're trying to do. What
I
are you
would-
thinking about doing?
I was going to. How big is he? Maybe not.
If you tried to hit him with your crossbow from here, you would take a -2.
Hmm.
Several things are about to happen. That fire is about to spread.
Phil, do you just need more help? Or are you good? I don't want to go in that
I don't-
room.
I don't even.
I sort of expected Philip to step out of the room after he attacked. You could go one square without getting an attack of opportunity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Philip?
Yeah. Like, literally just go there.
Yes, you could do that. Okay, now let's go to Proud's move because that if you think about it, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Now, the doors
and
are
also
still the doors are still open, but there you
Yeah.
go.
And Proud won't get the -2 now because Philip's not in the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Depends on whether she's going to heal Philip, attack that orc, or just shut the doors.
Oh, I figure we got to do something with him.
Yeah, Philip's got more health than me, so.
True. True.
All right. I'll just try and hit him.
Okay, you no longer have to take the -2 because Philip has stepped a little bit back, and so you're sort of shooting over his shoulder. So you can do a crossbow attack.
Okay. All right, I have him targeted.
All right,
Let's
so
go,
this is a crossbow attack.
I move stuff around here.
He wasn't properly. He was properly targeted. Oh, you rolled it in the tower. That's weird.
Sorry.
Okay, it was a hit. Let's go ahead straight to damage, and you don't have to roll attacks in the tower.
Come on.
That would have been a hit. You wounded him good.
Good deal.
Just a moment. The fire just spread again. He's going to take another 6-sided die of damage. Another 2 points against Manhole.
Oh, good.
Lord Riz.
Can I move here, but like, if you understand, just in front of Proud, just not in the fire?
Well, that's on top of Proud. You want to stand
But
behind her? Where do you want to be?
I need to be in a position I can actually do an attack. Will I be able to attack there without a negative, or am I gonna get a negative either way?
Move to the center of the square here. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to cast at him? You are so close to Philip and Proud that you could fire over their shoulders without. No, you would not hit the orc. The orc is not really behind the door. You'd hit the wall.
Oh, so
That
I have
you
to be
could
like
do.
there.
That you could do. Now you are so close to Proud at this point. I'll give it to you without the negative because you're basically just firing straight over her shoulder.
Okay.
So you can just extend your hand straight over her shoulder and fire. It's not like Roland who's firing across the room past someone.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna cast Firebolt at Mahal.
Excellent.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have enough fire.
Yeah, I was gonna do Ray of Frost, and I was like, no, why would I want to cool him down? Okay,
I love that Firebolt spell.
I use my save throw, so I can roll again.
What? Oh, you're going to use your inspiration.
That one. That's what it's
All right.
called, inspiration.
I took it off. Inspiration. Roll it again. You've
got to be kidding me, Margaret. I haven't hit once this entire round.
It's your turn for the bad rolls. All right, Roland. Now, from there, boy, that's right through Proud, but you could probably fire right over her shoulder. You're right next to her. So, yeah, I'll allow you to fire over her shoulder at him. You're going to take a -2 because he has partial cover because he's where he's at between the wall and so forth.
Okay, so -2 for me?
Yeah, -2. But select Manhole. Hit him anyway. Killed him.
Nice.
Nice.
Now what are you guys doing?
I reckon we go on vacation because I'm not going into a room on
Yeah.
fire.
Like I said, let's grab the beers from the cases and just relax.
Does the fire look like it's gonna go out here?
No,
Dwight?
Are there windows in the room?
it's still spreading.
Are there windows?
Yes, there
in the
are.
room?
There are some windows on the north wall. Yes.
Okay, well then because if there were no windows, I'd say we seal the door and then we leave the fire to basically die out while we go search the rest of the. I reckon we go to the cave now because if that fire keeps spreading, I reckon the guys in the tower are gonna die as well.
Yeah.
So are
Like,
you
we're not
shutting?
gonna-
Are you shutting that door?
I reckon we shut the door
All right.
and then
The fire
unlock our
spreads
door.
again. The fire's spreading again to here.
Let's move out of the way here, guys.
The door's
Yeah.
starting to smolder a little bit.
Let's move these crates out of the way.
Yep.
Can we listen to see if there's anybody on the other side of the door? Perception. Is anybody at the other side?
You don't hear anybody out the door, but you're starting to hear some hoots and hollers from a distance.
Probably the guys on the roof wondering why their feet are getting so hot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the plan?
I reckon we go into the cliff now because I feel like most of this building is gonna catch on fire.
It's stone. It is stone. It's not gonna catch on fire. I mean, the doors are wood.
Fire's probably gonna spread.
I mean, it's all stone, right, Dwight?
Yeah, but
Yes,
remember,
the walls are all stone. The doors are wood.
what's scary is a stone house still burns down if a stone house catches on fire. The stone doesn't melt, but the house still burns down.
I don't think there's enough kindling though. Just that oil needs to burn out.
Yeah, that's why I say I reckon we leave that room and when we come back we search it because there might be something we want in there.
I'd say we go here.
So wait,
The orcs are shouting smoke. The kitchen's on fire.
yeah, they're all gonna come down here. So we should
So I
probably.
reckon we get ready. They're gonna come through these doors.
One of these doors.
Should we hide in one of the rooms or?
No, because then I'd rather be in this open area.
You hear tromping down this. You hear tromping like people are moving downstairs in a room beyond the door.
Let's get in the other side of these doors and shut them.
Yeah, okay, maybe that is a good idea. Let's just go through here. Philip, please could you go to the front?
Okay. If I can move my. Yeah.
What? Okay, I'll move there.
I'm trying to move people around because people are moving on top of each other.
All right. So do we want to?
Did you close these doors?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You hear doors open, but it's not the doors that you're at.
I know where they are. They're behind us. They just came down from the tower.
Yeah.
So here's the question: do we want to just keep going, or do we want to ambush these guys while they're trying to put out the fire?
Ambush because otherwise they may come back and.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
might, they might call for help or send for help. So
I
think
don't
we
want them to
should
be
go to
behind
them.
us in this tunnel.
How many do we think there are, Dwight? Can we do a perception check? How many feet do we hear?
You wouldn't know. There's no way you could tell with all the tromping around and everything
Yeah.
else.
But
However,
because-
if you remember when you saw the tower,
There were two.
you
in
saw
the
two.
tower.
You saw two orcs up there.
So I reckon it's either two, maybe three if one was lying down. I don't see it being more. So are they like just through the door? So I reckon like just through the door.
Are you moving there? Is that what you
We're
said,
gonna,
Riz?
we've decided we're gonna take them on, right?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll move there.
Who's
I don't
moving
have to roll
first?
Perception.
Who's moving first?
I'll move first.
I'll move first.
If everyone's happy.
Okay,
with it.
just a moment. Lord Riz just moved. There are the orcs. Roll.
Okay, so I still get my
Let's
move.
stop. Let's stop perception. Hang on, just a minute.
Roll for perception or.
Nope. It's going to be initiative.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, rolled a 1.
I'm just shocked that Riz moved first.
Guys, I didn't do terrible.
All right, you
Yellow is
didn't.
well for me.
However, Roland is going to get to act first.
I rolled a 1. How's that possible?
Uh,
That mess
Yeah.
up?
wait a minute. No, I don't see any of your initiatives.
I see them all on the chart. here.
Roll initiative again. That somehow didn't take.
No, I
There we
didn't
go.
say-
Now they're taking.
No, I didn't do very well.
I must have cleared initiative. Stand by. Hold it. Let me take. I'm going to take your original rolls.
Okay.
Philip's initiative is going to be a 12. Roland's was a 4.
I was an
Lord
18.
Riz is an 18. And Proud's was a 7. All right, Riz. You get to act first.
I target both of them. And I cast Burning Hands. Now, this is a bit more complicated.
Ooh.
As far as I know, they got a saving throw.
Just a moment. Let's take a look at Burning Hands. Burning Hands, first level spell. Here we go. A sheet of flame shoots from your finger strips. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. So, yeah, target both of them. Now, if you open Burning Hands, so you hit the little spyglass, now this is not an attack roll. I don't know why it has an attack icon, but it is not an attack roll. Go ahead and roll their saving throw.
So I just click save.
Yep. And there's their saving throw. One of them failed and one of them succeeded. You can now go ahead and click damage. That wounded both of them, but one of them was only wounded for half of the amount.
Yeah.
And that all worked properly. I could see the damage. That's correct.
Okay.
Are you
And
moving?
Can I move? Yeah. then
Yes, you
I'll
can.
move- I'll move back here behind Philip.
Hide behind Philip because you got to
Yeah.
remember the tactic of using Philip's dead body to protect yourself. Okay.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
brilliant idea. But did you see why I went through the door first now, Dwight?
I still think it was a huge mistake, but yeah.
But I was like, I want to see if it works. So I tried. I luckily got my.
You hit him.
So I was.
Right.
I don't think they're
Sorry,
very
Bob.
happy with me.
Sorry, Bub. Oh, you're fine. Sorry, Bub comes up to here and attacks Philip with a great axe. And misses.
Good.
Karag. And attacks Roland with a great axe. And misses. Philip.
Both these doors are open, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Philip, if you want, I've got a 13 roll. If you want to, just ask for it.
Nah, I'll just hopefully get a good roll.
No.
Miss. Proud.
Oh, just my luck.
A 13 would have hit, by the way, with your pluses.
Oh.
Whoa. That is a great move, but it will generate an attack of opportunity from Karag.
Oh, I thought he was even with that guy.
Not quite. It's more like this. People
Oh.
aren't in straight squares. Now, the other problem is you're moving through three people to get to there. So that's kind of a difficult thing for you to do.
Okay. Then where can I move? Or can I not?
It's difficult.
Well, shoot.
You You could step up one, and if you're using your crossbow, you could fire over Roland's shoulder.
Okay.
Not
guess I'll do
there,
that.
but you do
Like
it from
step
here.
up here. Oh, okay.
Yeah. There, you could fire over Roland's shoulder and hit Kareg.
Okay.
If you did it down below, you'd be firing through two people, and I would put all kinds of negatives on that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to give you the best shot you can get. Well, hang on, we lost
on
Lord Riz,
together.
but you missed anyway.
Okay.
Hang on, we're gonna see if Lord Riz reconnects. Oh, actually, we can go ahead and run Roland.
Hello?
Hello, you still there?
Yeah, our power just went off and came back on, so I just have to restart the game and reconnect. and
Okay.
everything.
Okay, yeah, we saw you disconnect. We were gonna hold it your turn, but
What
what
kind
are
of
you gonna do, Roland?
What kind of penalty do I take for using my bow this close?
Oh, pretty bad.
What kind of penalty would I
At
take?
this range, I would use your sword, but if you're going to attack, or you can decide to move away and
Well-
generate an attack of opportunity.
Wait, if I move right there, what does it take for me to move?
You can make that move. Moving on the other side of one person is not difficult.
Let's do that.
Now you're in range of both of them. That isn't giving you any +2s, though, on either one of them.
Right. but
Dwight, do you mind sharing the map with me?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Wow.
Automatic miss.
Rolled a 1.
All right, Riz.
Alright. Let me see what I've got here.
However, Roland, to your advantage, you are standing within 5 feet of Philip.
Would I get a special attack against Karag because Roland's on the other side?
Not quite.
Why
No,
didn't-
if you stepped up a space, you would.
Oh,
Depends
so
on-
if I was there.
That's if you're doing a physical attack. Are you going to hit him with your quarterstaff?
I'm not sure. I'm so close.
It
What
won't
would
help
you
with a
guys
spell. It
recommend?
wouldn't help with a spell, but you could hit with your quarterstaff. You'd get a +2.
Okay, well, I've never hit someone with my quarterstaff. I won't do that.
Yeah, you can always do that.
Okay, so how do I attack with my quarterstaff?
This is hilarious. The wizard has never attacked with his quarterstaff. So you have him targeted, and you see the little dice with a +1 next to your quarterstaff. Wait a minute, you're using it two-handed, aren't you? Use the two-handed one
And
because you
it's
don't have a shield.
Yeah, so
It's a
two-handed.
+1, so click on that.
Yeah.
That should attack, or grab that dice and drag it down to the chat window.
Okay.
You missed him. It's a shame. It would have been 1d8 +1. You missed it. It was a good
Alright.
try, though.
Okay. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Sarabab continues to attack Philip with a great axe. Misses him.
Sweet.
Karag still attacking Roland, who is upset. Now, Philip, what can you do? You can give him disadvantage.
And disadvantage, but I can also.
I'm giving him disadvantage on this roll. They both would have missed. Sure move, Philip.
Okay. We're gonna keep going for this guy. I'll take that 13 if you still have it. Lord Riz.
Let me just check. I should still have it. Yeah, I've got a 13. Right.
All right. So you hit. You can go straight to damage.
Okay. So.
You did 7 points of damage. All right, Proud.
2.
Excellent move. That is okay. Now we're getting it. That's getting a whole lot closer to having not advantage, but +2 on Carrig. He's surrounded on 3 sides, and you're hitting at an angle that's right there. So I'm going to give you +2 on this roll.
Okay.
Roland will now also get a +2 because of Riz.
I was going to
Oh, you're going to do something else.
yeah,
Sorry?
I was gonna cast spiritual weapon and try and get both of them.
Here's the problem. Any place you could cast spiritual weapon that would hit both of them will also hit Philip and Roland.
Dwight, what I just realized is when I did that attack with my staff, I don't think I pressed +2 for advantage because there's only +1 there.
Stand by just a moment.
Not that it'll make a difference, but
Oh, it might. Stand by just a minute. Your attack roll with the quarterstaff was 15. Just a moment. Hold it. He may have hit. You hit. Roll your damage on the quarterstaff. Sorry, we're going back to Lord Riz for just a moment. Go ahead and roll the
how
damage.
exactly do I attack the roll the damage?
You don't. Oh, okay. If you look at the quarterstaff, two-handed, see where it says 1d8 bludgeoning?
Yeah, drag.
Grab that window and drag it to the chat window. You just hit him for another 4 points of damage. Oh, that's not a +1. That's a -1. Excellent.
-1.
You're not very strong. Okay, Proud. Go ahead.
Strong.
You still hit him.
Yeah.
These orcs are tougher than the other orcs you were fighting. Not all my orcs are the same.
Do I get a +2 where I'm standing? Did we say?
Against Karag, I'm going to give it to you, yes.
Oh, okay.
What are you attacking him with?
My mace.
Excellent. You didn't have him target. Oh, you did have him targeted. Why didn't that show? Let me look at this. Now, did you take the mace? Oh, the ballista should not be there. Hang on. So did you take that die mace and drag it to the chat window?
I thought I did.
You have it targeted. Try it again. Where it says mace +1, there's a little picture of a die with a +6.
Mm-hmm.
Drag that to the chat window. Okay, that time it actually worked. And okay, but you rolled with a +8. Now it's a miss. Those guys are harder to hit. Your first roll was an 8. Just a minute. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you rolled that first time. Oh, okay. You're all right. Okay, that was a miss, unfortunately. Roland's move. You got +2 with your sword. You don't have Hunter's Mark, however. I'm taking that off.
Oh shoot, that was a dagger on accident.
Oh,
you hit.
just a minute. Let me take care of a few things. You no longer have Hunter's Mark. Let me take a look at your weapons. Your dagger and your short sword. So if your dagger has a higher plus, okay, here's the question. Do you want to keep that dagger attack, or do you want to go to your short sword?
Let's go to the short sword. It does more damage.
And you still hit, so you can go to damage. I'm sorry, long sword, not short. No, it's a short sword.
No, it's a short
Never
sword.
mind.
Yeah.
Heavy damage. I was looking at your longbow. Oh, I see. It was only one difference because your dagger used as an attack is +6. Your short bow is +5. And the reason of the because the dagger is magical. Got it. Now I understand everything. Okay, Riz.
If I step back, does he get a attack
Yes.
of opportunity? Okay, then I'll just stay there and I'll target him. Alright. I'm gonna cast Firebolt. I'm assuming I can. Or am I too close?
Just a moment. Yeah, you can cast Firebolt.
Alright.
You missed him.
I should just give up with my Firebolt for today.
All right. Sarab continues to attack Philip. Hits him. Heavy damage.
Okay.
Karag continues to attack Roland. Hits him.
I'm gonna use my protection.
Oh, wait a minute. Stand by just a moment. 18, 17, 16. Protection. Oh, just a minute. That means he has to re-roll the attack. That would have missed, so we're taking 12 damage off of Roland.
Woo, thank you, Philip.
Mm-hmm.
Philip coming with the save.
And it's Philip's move.
All right. Okay.
Something is wrong. Philip hit.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Heavy damage.
Nice.
All right, Proud.
What's this sacred flame?
Let's
It's a
take a look.
cantrip.
So, sacred fire-like radiant descends on a creature you can see. The target must succeed. Okay, so you'll roll a saving throw, and if they fail, they'll take 1d8 radiant damage.
Is that good or bad?
Do you want to cast it? It's a cantrip, so it's not costing you anything.
Will that be like more damage than like a hit from my mace or no?
Well, you have to look at your mace.
Let's see.
Your mace does 1d6 plus 4. Your mace, if it hit, would probably do more damage. However, these guys are harder to hit because of their armor. The sacred flame makes them roll a saving throw. So it depends on how depends on how dexterous you think they are, because a dexterity saving throw that they have to make.
I
It's
want to
really
try
up
this
to you.
sacred flame.
Try it. So you're going to click on the dice that says save. You have them targeted. Click on the dice that says save. Unfortunately, he succeeded tremendously. So if he succeeded, let's see, out of dexterity, the target gains no benefit from cover the saving throw. If the spell's damage increases by 1d8 when you did it. Okay. So he was able to avoid your sacred flame.
Okay.
It was still worth a try. It was a good shot. All right, Roland. You've got +2 on your attack if you're attacking Kerrig.
Yes.
That's a hit.
Low damage.
Another 5.
We'll take it.
These guys are a lot tougher. All right, Riz. He's gonna firebolt again. He said he's not
Yes.
going to, but he's gonna.
I'm
He's gonna
going
fire.
to.
He's gonna do it again. Yes, he is.
I
can
cast
smell it.
Firebolt.
I smell it.
Oh my goodness!
It missed. I-
Okay, guys, I think from now on I should learn as a wizard. I must just stand right as far back from everyone and just chill and just
Now,
like, miss.
Riz, this is why a lot of wizards take magic missile, because it never misses.
Yeah,
It may not be the greatest spell, but it never misses.
yeah. And I'm just using my cantrips. I'm like, my rolls are so
Right.
bad, it's not even worth wasting a spell.
All right. Karag is attacking Philip once again. Misses him.
Good.
Oh, that was Sarva. Carrick is attacking Roland. Misses.
Sweet.
Philip.
Okay.
And Philip, I'm going to give you oh no, you're attacking the one to your right. So yeah, it's a regular
Yeah.
attack.
Because I've been attacking the same guy the whole time.
You hit, and you've been consistently hitting. You killed him. All right, Proud.
Do I still get a +2 on him?
Yes, you do. Hit him. Another 6 points of damage to Karg. All right, Roland. +2.
Oh, yeah.
That was, oh, wow. Critical.
He's dead. Boom.
And that took him out.
Hey, there we go. I think Philip needs to be healed. And I'm a little bit injured, so I can't heal people. Can someone please heal me?
Mhm.
And it also depends on if you guys rarely ever use potions. You also have potions, probably.
I can use lay on hands because it's just.
That's true. That's true. Who are you going to target?
Can't I use it just twice? Once on Roland and then once on Lord Riz.
How many times can you use lay on hands?
I don't think I'm
Okay.
I don't think I'm damaged. Not me. Use it on Lord Risen yourself.
Yeah, he's not. Roland's not damaged very much at all.
Alright.
Just a moment. Let me take a look at lay on hands.
Is this a cantrip?
Yeah.
So it takes a second to cast. Can Lord Riz, while he's doing that, can you identify those items? Or one of the items?
Yeah, sure. I'll identify one of the items. Let me see which one.
So are you laying hands on Philip?
No,
No.
I laid hands on Lord Riz.
On Lord? Oh, you already did it.
Yeah.
Phil, yeah, he's all the way up.
Dwight.
Yes.
I'm gonna read the spell Identify on the vial of green liquid in our party sheet.
You're going to take 30 minutes to do that.
30 minutes to read that. Just one.
Well, hold on.
All right. So are you guys going to stand in this hallway for 30 minutes?
Did we take 30 minutes to do the cantrip, or was that instant?
He's talking about reading Identify out of his book. Unless you're going to cast the spell and use the spell slot.
No,
okay.
I don't have it ready, so I'd have to. It would take 30 minutes.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
I think maybe let's just leave it rather.
I thought we had to wait on that heal spell. That's why I thought that.
I was gonna.
Okay.
I can heal Philip with Preserve Life.
I'll be right back.
Certainly. Preserve life, that is a cantrip. So yes, you can. Preserve life. Oh, target Philip and hit that heal button. That will do an amazing amount to him. That took him just to wounded.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that. Look what that did to him. That's great. You guys are practically fresh.
Brilliant.
And Proud, you still have a whole lot of spell slots. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
You've been using cantrips mostly. You've only used one first level spell. Lord Riz has only. You guys have most of your spell slots.
Well, I assume that where we're going is where there's gonna be lots of them. I'm sitting here and I'm like,
What makes you think that? Would I do that?
like all I feel is like we are in a dungeon playing Dungeons and Dragons. Dwight will throw a dragon at us in the dungeon.
Would I be that cool?
Do we hear any other noises? Do we hear any other noises? Any other people coming, Dwight?
You don't hear anything from this position right now. There is something while you're hanging around you might want to think about, though.
Look for traps.
I probably shouldn't point this out, but if you look in the rooms that you've already explored, there's an area you haven't seen.
Yes, I feel like there's a secretive room there that we need to go find.
And I'm only pointing this out because you guys are kind of new to the game.
If we go into the circular room behind us with the ladder going to the roof, there's that area we haven't discovered. The same
I
area
see
that
it.
was like where we found the chest. So either it's you go up the ladder and you see that piece, or there's a secret room.
I say we go check it out.
Okay.
Hey, Dwight, I have a
Okay.
question. What is that effect on me, that mage armor? Where did that come from?
I don't know. Somebody may have cast it on you and it probably shouldn't be there. I'm going to remove it. Somebody had cast Mage Armor and we forgot to take it off in a previous game.
I think Philip
This
has that.
stuff holds from game to game. Roland, are you doing a perception to search for secret doors?
Yes, sir.
That is something you can do. You don't find any secret doors
Anybody else want to search?
Yeah,
on
I'm
that wall.
searching.
You also do not find a secret door on that wall.
I'll search.
Go ahead and
I'll search
roll
the
perception
room.
into the tower.
Yeah. I'm just slow.
That's okay. We, like I said, we play this game to have fun. We don't ever get annoyed at one another, except for Philip when he rolls a 1 every turn.
Thanks.
I'm teasing Philip. We enjoy teasing you.
Did it go into the tower? It just kind of disappeared over the tower.
I think it must have missed the tower. Try dropping it into the tower again. I never saw the roll.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Yeah, you find no secret doors on that wall.
I'm searching this side of the wall.
Roland just found a secret door. Here.
Well done, Roland.
Check for traps on that secret door.
So he's doing, okay, you guys are listening what to do. You check very thoroughly. You don't find any secret traps at all.
Can we hear anything?
Just a moment. All right. You don't find any secret traps at all. Or secret, you don't find any traps or anything like that.
All right, let's go ahead and open the door.
Oops, I had the wrong thing.
Ooh.
There's a room in there with a chest. Now, let me describe this room a little bit, though. This room feels ancient. The thick layer of dust on the floor is undisturbed. At the far end is a very finely crafted chest, also ancient. It doesn't look like anybody's been in this room for an outrageously long period of time.
I'm checking that there are no traps or anything on the chest or around the area.
Roll perception. You don't think you find anything.
I'm going to check as well because I don't trust...
Yeah. I don't trust the think part of that.
This is, by the way, this is what I love most about Fantasy Grounds. In a table D&D game, you would be rolling these dice in the open and you would know when your roll sucks. But in Fantasy Grounds, you're rolling in the dice table and only I know what you rolled. All right. You don't find any traps. The feeling in this room with the dust and everything is ancient. It's like the orcs never found this room.
All right. We open. Well, I'll open the chest. I don't know.
The
if Roland
chest
sees
is
it.
locked.
Ooh, okay. Sleight of hand, is that how you pick them?
That's how, yes, sleight of hand is what you would have to roll to pick a lock.
Nice tower.
Yes.
I'm going to try to open it.
All right.
You do not succeed.
Out of interest, I'm not sure. I'm trying to look at one of my spells that might be able to like break the lock.
Ooh. Let's take a
But
look.
like I looked at Shatter, which is a second level spell, but that looks
No,
like it's more for.
that wouldn't attack. I don't see any spell that you have that would break a lock.
Okay.
There is a spell almost designed for that kind of thing called knock. Usually it's for used on doors. It's usually used on doors, however. It's to open a locked door. But I might allow knock to be used on a chest.
I'm assuming Philip could break the lock with like a big sword.
Maybe.
It's a very finely crafted ancient chest. It's really well put together. Roland, is that what you're trying to move?
Could I use strength and try to break it?
You can try.
What happened to that needle that we got from the other? Was that in the lock, that needle, or did
I
it
think
come?
Roland has it.
Can
Would
you
that
try
be
that
athletic?
needle on this chest?
Oh, to like pick it?
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll let Roland roll again with the needle, his sleight of hand, and I'll let him have a +2 since that was an ingenious thing to think of.
I like it. Do I need to add +2 in my advantage or just roll?
When you roll, click on the +2. Before you roll, have the +2, and then drop your sleight of hand into the tower. I'll tell you if it added it or not. It did, and the lock opens.
Hey, what a suggestion there. Sure.
Good job,
So,
Proud.
whoever came, that was Proud, I think, who came up with that. Great suggestion.
Yay.
On this move, I'm assuming you're not doing that. Inside the chest are several old and decayed items that are hard to determine what they originally were. In the bottom, however, is a very fine cloak and a rolled-up scroll.
Ooh.
I'm going to put these.
Several old and decayed items.
I'm going to put these in the party inventory.
I want to know what that cloak is. I really want to know what that cloak is. Because I can wear a cloak.
You can wear a cloak sprinkled with disappearing dust.
Then nobody can see you.
Mm-hmm.
that
All right.
sounds fun.
It's in your inventory.
Can we read the scroll?
Say that again?
Can we read the scroll?
No. It's in a very difficult. Scrolls like that have to be identified.
Okay. Does anyone mind me taking a good 30 minutes to quickly identify that cloak?
Well, if you guys are inside of a secret room that the orcs have never found, it depends on what you think will happen if people move around the tower and find everything's been cleared out and one of the rooms been burned up.
What's everyone's suggestion? Just leave it till the end, like we've been doing.
Yeah, I think so. To be safe.
All right. Yeah. So do we want to head down here now? Finally.
All right.
I don't want to be at the front.
Lord Riz moves up, and then Lord Riz moves back.
I'm staying right where I am.
Can we hear anything? Can I hear anything?
Not yet. You don't hear anything at all.
So are we
Okay,
just
guys,
creeping
there's two
slowly
ways. Which
down
ways
here?
do you want to go? Do you want to go left or go right? Because we're not splitting up.
Oh, didn't you read that cup? The party should always split up.
No, never split up.
Can we roll a two-sided die? Decide.
Yeah. The way to do a two-sided die is you roll a four-sided die, and a 1 or 2 is one side, and a 3 or 4 is the other side. Why are you rolling a two-sided die? And what was that roll?
I want to roll a history skill to see if I can determine how old these tunnels are.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do
How
that.
old these tunnels are?
Yeah, maybe
You rolled really nicely. They are ancient. I mean, ancient.
Can he tell? the difference between when these were built and when the rest of the castle was built?
There's been a lot of modern repairs to the tower. Parts of little sunstones in the tower are ancient, some are not. Everything you see in here is ancient. I'm talking about more than 1,000 years old.
With my roll, did I notice anything different?
No.
No. Okay, brilliant.
All right, let's move up.
Alright, let's move up.
Okay.
Who's moving?
Oh, I'll
we
move
still
up.
haven't decided which way.
Yeah,
which
I was
way
gonna say,
go.
what side are we going on?
Should we roll a 4-sided die and just?
No. Just pick somebody. It doesn't matter. We don't need to roll.
I'm not picking.
Let's go right.
Okay.
Alright, right.
Moment.
Squiggly lines.
It's always a great sign.
Door.
Squiggly lines. Oh, well, I'm starting to show you some of the rock that there isn't anything up there. It's just rock.
All right, let's listen to this door. Do we hear anything? Check for traps.
Roll your perception. You don't hear anything. Don't see any traps.
Alright, is everyone happy with me opening the door?
Yep.
Guys, just a minute. I need to take 1 minute. Just a moment.
Okay.
No problem. Okay, so what's our plan? We go in and just kill whatever's there. Sounds like a
Had him-
plan.
My wife just came back from seeing her mom, and so I wanted to see how things were going. She's doing a little better today. Hang on just a moment. I got to make sure I've got the right room. Okay, here we go. All right, so you've listened. What are you doing?
Opening the door.
I'm casting Mage Hand to open the door.
Can you take me a second?
See, I told you. You thought
An
you go in
empty
a dungeon
room.
and you find a dragon. Very
Can
well
we
worked.
tame it?
At the west end of the room sits an undead adolescent dragon. The dragon does not acknowledge your presence. It does not move at all.
Can
It just
we
sits there, almost like a
Animal?
statue, as if it were not for the smell of death.
Can we use animal handling? Maybe
I
we can
reckon
tame a
not
dragon?
since
On an undead
dead.
creature,
I'm just saying.
I was just wondering, do you think if it hasn't noticed us that all four of us could prepare a long range attack and all release our attacks at the exact same time so we all get an attack in before we have to roll?
Well, can we use animal handling to basically not for it to not attack us, or is that not going to work because it's undead?
It's I think because it's undead, it won't work. But I don't know. Dwight,
how do you think these undead creatures are being controlled?
By the Lord of Three.
by the
And
by
do
the
you
one-
think animal handling is going to overcome that?
No.
Maybe the Lord of Three is secretly a dog. Okay.
Right. I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
we
think it
all
through.
watched the Lord of the Three
I'm
die when he
just
went to
saying.
attack his own
By the
army.
way, it is pitch black in this room. It is. You are so deep in now. It is absolutely pitch black.
But Dwight, out of interest, if everyone in our group did a long range attack at the same time before the dragon noticed us, would we still have to go in order, or do we all get an attack before we roll initiative?
You would all get an attack first. You would all get advantage on the attack.
Okay, guys, that actually sounds like quite a good idea, even though it was a joke at the start. What's everyone's thoughts?
Okay, say it again. What did you want us to do?
So basically, all of us prepare a long range attack and attack the dragon at the same time before we've rolled initiative. That means we all get an attack, we all get a bonus, +2 advantage. And then once we've attacked, do we roll initiative? So the chances are we could get quite a few hits in before we even have to roll for initiative, obviously.
Do we want to check the other hallway before we do this to make sure we're not going to get slammed from the back?
So far, the thing has not even acknowledged your presence.
Like we've already opened
It's
the door.
staring. It's staring right in your direction, but the eyes are not focused on you. It's just sitting there, still as a statue. If it wasn't for the smell of death, you would think it was a statue.
Can we look around the room to see if we notice anything weird?
There are double doors to the south of the room.
I don't think it's going to attack us if we move back, if we want to check the other doors. I mean, I like your attack idea, Lord Riz, but do we check the back?
My main question is, yes, it hasn't noticed us as of yet, but if we disappear, we've already opened the doors. If we move now and then come back, it might notice us.
I don't think it's a notice situation. I think it's waiting for a command. Is what it sounds like to me. Because he said he was staring right at us, just not like focused on us, if that makes sense. So I think it sees us. It's just like that undead army. It's like the undead army in the road. It's not going to attack us until, we attack it.
Alright. Alright, so do you want to check the other room before we...
I think that might be a good move to see what's there.
What does everyone else think?
I'm okay with leaving it there.
I'm fine with whatever. The group decides
Alright.
as a whole.
So let's go check
All right,
the other
show
room.
me where you. I take it you're closing this door again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it does not move.
Hey, Dwight, just a heads up, we're kind of coming in at the end time.
Are we?
9:53.
What a shame. Do you guys want to end it here?
I don't know. If we're gonna...
Let's just see what's behind this door first, because if there are no
Yeah,
other
unless we're-
doors leading away, then we
Proud
know...
roll perception.
Unless we're
We're
about
getting
to
to
hop
the end.
into a really big battle, I'm fine with continuing a bit more.
Roll 2 to see if there's any traps or anything on the door.
Did you hear it?
I hear a wolf.
That's what you heard.
Okay, so this is probably going to definitely initiate some combat.
I
Oh, it's up
promise
to you.
that dragon...
It's up to you guys. If you, this is not a bad place to stop. If you want to stop here,
Think it.
it's up to you guys. If you want to, if you want to keep going, I'm up for playing.
I'm happy to continue if everyone else is.
Is it going to be a long battle? I mean, that's the question.
Probably not.
Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Alright. Brilliant. That's decided. I know Logic's watched this series, but I don't know how much, so...
Now the ceilings
Logic,
are
from now on,
quite.
we should
The
just
ceilings
fix
are
it.
quite tall. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Who's opening the door?
I'll cast Mage Hand and open the door.
All right, this take just a minute.
Why did the dragon disappear?
Because-
My goodness
Oh.
me.
Oh.
In this large rectangular room, there are 3 huge wolves, unchained and loose. There are buckets of water and several human-looking bones on the floor.
Well, this is going to be quick because they're going to murder us all. I get it.
I reckon this would be a good point if you were going to use that tame animals thing.
Yeah.
Are they
Let's do an
pet or
animal
are they-
handling. Hold on, I want to think about this for a second.
What's your animal handling, Proud?
+3.
Okay.
I got a +4.
Now,
Ooh.
as long as there are 3 of them together, it would be really hard. If there was one alone, I would give you a shot at it.
Are we seriously
All
going to walk
target-
into a room
What
with
if we
3
all
direwolves?
target different wolves?
I'm pretty sure we opened the door and we already initiated
Oh,
that.
they see you.
They're not attacking?
The only thing I'm waiting is there's one thing that you could do that would stop a battle from happening.
Close the door?
Close the door.
I can't. Is
Hold-
that the answer?
Hold on, we got to think about. I'm thinking about this for a second. So, if we close the door, there's another door over there with that small dragon that we haven't opened. Like there's a whole section with a black
Yeah.
squiggly line right there.
Yeah.
So,
Wait a minute. There's not supposed to be a black squiggly line right there.
Well, there is.
There's no no
okay, well,
black
the ball of
squiggly
yarn
line.
disappeared.
What are you talking about? Jeez, I've got to clean these maps up. All right.
You do. So we
No
can
black
close the
squiggly
door
lines.
and go back and use the invisibility cloak and sneak past the undead
What made you think it's an invisibility cloak?
because I like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Harry
I see. So you've decided.
I've decided you can
Is
sprinkle the
Harry
fairy
Potter-
dust on the cloak and we can throw it on somebody and then they can go in.
Sprinkle the fairy dust that you don't know what it does.
No, we know it.
We know.
It might be you didn't have time to read the whole thing. It might make just your heart disappear. You,
Jeez Louise. I think it's a
Okay,
really
I-
good idea to try to
I'm
see.
teasing.
I have Turn Undead, so I feel like I can try and cast Turn Undead if he happens to notice us, because then he'll just keep trying to get away from me.
has that ever worked
On a dragon?
on dragons? You have tried it before.
Oh, Lord Riz.
Yeah, I've been watching. He disconnected a minute ago. We're waiting for a reconnect. I know he's been having some power issues. This might be a decent place to stop, and we can even stop in this bad of a situation if you want.
Yeah.
We are at the end of the session, but this might be. That's why I was saying it earlier. Is no, it wouldn't necessarily be a long time, but you guys are very carefully going through your battles, and you've thought about the option of actually trying to tame one of these things. The problem is it'll be impossible to do with 3 of them.
But if, say, we killed 2 of them,
Yep, then it would be possible.
Can I roll?
wouldn't say it's likely. I'm just saying it would be possible. The 3 of them together, they're a pack. There's no way.
okay.
I just rolled my nature check.
So-
Can I try to identify the direwolves to see if we know anything about them?
Ooh, and okay, just a moment. They have advantage on wisdom and perception checks that rely on hearing and smell. The wolf has advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet. They have pack advantage. That's what you've learned using your skill. Their attacks are very powerful if they attack in a pack.
Roll perception. Do they look aggressive?
Absolutely, they do. You didn't even have to tell me that. They're already burying their teeth and advancing. The bones on the floor are obviously human.
I think our only bet is to sacrifice Lord Riz and run.
That's one option, but look, Philip is going to die anyway.
Thanks.
He is
I
not.
I'm
He's
teasing. I'm
not.
teasing.
He survived a
I
crit attack.
have high hopes for Philip.
I may have to stop teasing Philip, but it's just so much fun. All right, this is probably a good place to stop since we've lost Lord Riz. He has not come back. We know he's having some power issues. You guys, this was a great game. I've been enjoying the hell out of this. I hope you guys
Yeah.
have too.
I have so much to think about now.
You really do.
Okay, we are taming a dire wolf, so that I can follow us around.
Now, you want to hear something that'll just really spin your head? Remember when I told you somebody else tamed a dire wolf?
Yeah.
It wasn't any one of these three. Okay. We'll